John Daniels did this when he was GM for me, and so did Chris Young. You guys are so close to the vest. You never let on what you're doing, whether, I mean, I don't want to talk about negotiations with free agents. That's its hold down. But you got Jake Berger this offseason. It was a great trade you guys made doing that. I think people like me, nerds that like to follow this, it's over with now. It was a great trade. How does that fall into place? Did you guys, I mean, I know you guys saw something in Jake. You want to kind of take us through, you called the Marlins. Hey, would you even consider it? Kind of what goes on there, and how long did it take? Was it like we both showed interest quick, and then all of a sudden within a day, we're like, let's do this?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of discussions that go into it. I actually had the opportunity to negotiate that one with a former Ranger, Vinesh Kenthan, who is now with the Marlins. So we were going back and forth, and Vinesh knows our system and knows the way that we go about it. But that really started, at our pro personnel meetings to launch the off season, and just trying to identify some areas of the roster that we wanted to upgrade, and power department being one of them, and versus fastballs being another. Then you kind of whittle the list down objectively to a group of players that fit that, and then you listen to our scouts talk about the person and the personality and who you're bringing into this clubhouse, and then adding this team. And we had the good fortunes of having his former manager, Skip Schumacher, and then Pipe Urrieta, who's now our bench coach, who had been with them, talk about the person and the personality and how he'd fit. And the more we had those conversations, the more we realized how perfect of a fit Jake was. So we pick up the phone, we express interest in him and a couple other players on their team. And
Sure.
they're willing to engage there. And you start to exchange names back and forth. Yes, we would. No, we wouldn't. Yes, we would. No, we wouldn't. You whittle that down, and you get to the point where you got to make a decision on, would we do this deal or would we not? And I want to give a quick shout out to the international department. My biases aside, this is the second time we've pulled off a trade for what we believe will be an all-star level first baseman for 3 international players. First one was Nate Lowe. That one worked out well. And hopefully Jake Berger will be the next one. But it's painful to give up those players, Maximo, Brian, and Echedri. They brought a lot to this organization. Were great players that got better. But, any chance you get opportunity to get somebody, Jake's personality and his caliber as a player, and somebody we believe can hit, 35, 40 home runs in a Texas Ranger uniform, you got to jump at that opportunity. So that was the Cliff Notes version of how it all come together. That's summarizing, I don't know, maybe 40, 50 hours of work and putting it into about a 5-minute story. So